It is a study of a power that operates by rules we do not understand, and the catastrophic consequences of inviting it in. Our investigation begins with a logistical anomaly recorded on a clay tablet. The year is 550 BC. The location is the vast, arid expanse of the Achaemenid Empire. A small but notably prosperous desert outpost on a critical trade route has gone silent. Caravans that were scheduled to arrive never departed, and those en route have found no one to trade with. A military patrol dispatched from the provincial capital is sent to investigate. The report they file is a document of profound contradiction. The outpost is perfectly preserved. There are no signs of battle, no fire, no looting. Clay pots filled with water sit untouched. Half-eaten meals lie on tables. Bolts of silk and chests of spices are neatly stacked in the storehouses, but there are no people. The entire population, men, women, and children, has vanished without a trace. The only signs of a disturbance are a series of strange geometric scorch marks on the sun-baked walls, patterns that resemble no known script or decoration. And there is a single survivor, a boy, found catatonic in an empty well, who speaks only of a whispering sandstorm and of seeing a man made of smokeless fire. To understand this event, one must disregard the modern caricatures of genies in lamps and malevolent demons. The ancient pre-Islamic lore of the Djinn describes not a monster, but a third sentient race, a civilization as ancient and complex as humanity's, coexisting with us in a parallel, unseen world. According to the foundational texts, while angels were created from light and humanity was forged from clay, the Djinn were brought into existence from a substance described as smokeless fire, a pure primal energy. They are not physical in our sense of the word, but can interact with our world. They inhabit a dimension that exists alongside our own, a reality that mirrors our mountains, deserts, and oceans, but which remains invisible to our eyes. They are the people of the unseen. Crucially, the Djinn were granted free will. Like humans, they are not inherently good or evil. They are divided into tribes and nations. Some are pious and benevolent, others are malevolent and destructive, and most are simply neutral, concerned with their own affairs. But a core tenet of their lore is a deep-seated jealousy. They were the original inhabitants of the earth, but humanity was granted dominion over the physical world, the world of the seen. This cosmic displacement has fostered a complex and often hostile relationship, a quiet, simmering resentment that has endured for millennia. The power of the Djinn is immense, but their influence in our world is often governed by a set of ancient rules, by pacts and bargains. They can be summoned, bound, and commanded by humans who possess the forbidden knowledge to do so. This brings us to the specific case file of the Silent Outpost.
Our archival research indicates that the outpost's lead merchant, a man named Farhad, was facing financial ruin. His fortunes had turned, his caravans had been lost to bandits, and his family was on the brink of destitution. In his desperation, he turned to a set of prescribed rituals, seeking a power outside the natural order. He made a bargain with a powerful class of Djinn known as the Ifrit, beings of immense power and fiery temperament. His request was simple. He asked that his wealth be restored and that his small outpost become the most prosperous on the entire trade route. The Ifrit agreed, and it fulfilled its end of the bargain with a terrifying efficiency. Wealth began to pour into the village. Lost treasures were found in the sand. Rival outposts fell to ruin. Farhad's wish was granted, but the price of the bargain was not in gold or artifacts. The price was the establishment of a foothold. The pact Farhad made was not a simple transaction. It was a key. It was an anchor point, a terre in the veil that separates the seen from the unseen. Having been granted a formal invitation into our world, the Djinn did not just bring wealth, it began to bring its own reality with it. The testimony of the lone survivor provides a chilling account of the consequences. The laws of physics within the outpost began to fray at the edges. The survivor described corridors in his own home that would lead to the wrong rooms, of walls that would feel hot to the touch one moment and cold as ice the next. He spoke of the whiskers, voices in a language that was not human, echoing from rooms that were demonstrably empty. The geometry of the village itself began to subtly shift when no one was looking.
The final event was the Whispering Sandstorm. It was not a meteorological event, but a localized incursion. The boy described the air growing thick and shimmering, the sound of 1,000,000 whispering voices rising from the sand itself. He watched in horror as his family and his neighbors began to change. They were not attacked or killed. Their bodies became translucent. Their forms stretched and distorted as they were pulled, screaming silently into the shimmering air. They were not being destroyed. They were being collected, erased from this plane of existence and dragged into the dimension of the smokeless fire. The geometric scorch marks found on the walls were the final fading energy signatures of the portals through which they had been taken. In the final analysis, the Djinn are a powerful and terrifying metaphor for the pursuit of forbidden knowledge. They are the personification of the fundamental cosmic law that there is a price for all power, and that one cannot interact with the reality beyond our own without paying a catastrophic toll. They are not simply monsters that hunt and kill. They are gatekeepers to a different set of rules, a reality that operates on a physics and a morality that is hostile to our own. The true horror of the Djinn is not what they can do to humanity, but what humanity, in its greed and desperation, invites them to do. They are a timeless warning that the desire for a shortcut, for a power not earned through the natural order, is an invitation for a far older, far more powerful, and utterly alien system
to come into our world and collect its debt.